Have you ever seen something from the corner of your eye that wasn't there when you looked again? How about hearing from a friend of a friend that while they were hiking somewhere, they thought they saw something impossible, but when they spoke to a ranger, there was always a simple explanation that left you unsatisfied? My name is Chris, and this is my colleague Jack, and we're senior wardens for the Creature Conservation Initiative. We protect the world from the creatures of superstition and myth, but more importantly, protect those same creatures from the world. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of your mom's, co-worker's, nephew's favorite podcast. We're back here with my colleague Jack again. Jack, how are you doing? I hope you're doing better than the listeners, because they know what they did.
I'm doing okay. I'm guessing better than the listeners. I kind of hope. What did you do, listeners? Let me know.
I'm not sure why I'm attacking the listeners immediately, but it's just one of those days.
Apparently.
The mood struck me.
Apparently, he's come out swinging.
I wanted to turn it in the other direction, but it was too late when I started the sentence.
Well,
that would have required me to know what I'm going to say.
Oh, my God. Yeah, if you don't know, listeners, most of what we say usually is a surprise to us as well.
That's very true. Not always a welcome surprise.
Certainly not, no. But anyway, how are you doing, Chris?
I'm surviving. I'm not melting anymore. I'm waiting for the next heat wave to destroy me and everything I own. But until then, we're gonna get another episode of this podcast out. And
certainly.
Yeah. Somewhat fittingly, we are going into the desert today. Into the Gobi Desert, to be specific.
The Gobi Desert, or as I used to think of it when I was younger, the Gobi Desert. Yeah. I thought people talked too much there.
Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this. That's the episode. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye. Carry on. Come on. Gobi Desert.
Yeah, Gobi Desert. I've read somewhere that Gobi is apparently another word for desert in another language, so it's a desert, but that's beside the point.
I've heard that one, yeah.
We are talking about the Olgoi-Khorkhoi, which is also known as the Mongolian Death Worm. And if that isn't the most metal creature we've had yet, then I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say, as you go through this entire, podcast telling us all about it and how you interacted with it, stick with Mongolian Death Worm.
Yeah, I know which name I'm going to use for the search engine optimization when I title this episode. The Mongolian name translates to large intestine worm, which is a little less dramatic.
I mean, you say a little less dramatic. I'm already a little bit concerned.
Does it?
It conjures up ideas.
Does it help your concern if I tell you that it's somewhere between 2 to 5 feet long?
No. Not in the slightest.
I thought so. Yeah, it's a worm that lives in the Gobi Desert, as I said, and especially in the most arid and sandy regions of the western part.
Yeah.
That is its natural habitat. It has cropped up here and there in other deserts, kind of like an invasive species almost, where we try to get rid of it and are more or less successful at times.
Okay, yeah.
But
so you're able to kind of contain it in the area within reason.
We try. I didn't say we were able to. It's very much a question of how fast you catch it. Once the population reaches a certain size, it's a bit like weeds. You're never gonna fully get rid of it. But
okay.
Yeah, we try to control it because they earn their name.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not fun. They look a little bit stupid, but also mildly terrifying. Just imagine a big fat sausage worm that's blood red, and it shines very slimy because it produces this kind of mucus around its body. And It usually lives underground, but sometimes things like rainfall can cause it to come to the surface, but usually you're not gonna see it until it's too late.
Okay, this is not alleviating any of my fears about this creature.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It is carnivorous, which probably also won't alleviate your fears.
Mm-hmm.
It eats many things, including humans.
Yeah.
Basically everything it can prey on from below. So
Okay.
we're dealing with a little bit of a tremor situation here, but just a little bit smaller in scale, I guess.
Okay, I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
Basically, is it a case of don't sit down in this thing's habitat?
Well, yes, but also don't stand up in their habitat or exist in their habitat.
I know, but I'm a little bit concerned by the name intestine worm. And
Oh.
you're
Yeah, no, that's
everything. This is what my
I see
fear
what
is.
you're getting at.
This is my fear from the start.
In this one single point, I can calm you down. That is not one of the dangers.
Okay, that's fine. It's
but,
it's just when you say things like you won't see it until it's too late, and it's called an intestine worm. It's concerning. It's concerning.
I get it.
I'm thinking, do you need reinforced trousers?
I'm not sure why it's called intestine worm, to be honest, because I looked at pictures of intestine worms and they don't really look all that similar, but who knows?
Okay. Well, from an animal point of view, they sound quite a lot like very large red worms, as we call them.
I guess.
Let's find a picture of them. You keep talking, I'll find one. You keep talking.
I would probably visually compare them more to maggots almost, but in this deep blood red color.
Yeah.
And they have this kind of mouth on the front that, I don't know if you've seen any bits of predator media, but basically it kind of flowers open in 4 directions, which looks very terrifying, but the good thing is when you see that, you're pretty much almost over it.
When you say almost over it, are you talking almost dead, or?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, so you don't have to deal with it for long.
Exactly.
Okay, I've just sent you a picture of like red worms. It's in the chat.
Where in the chat? Yeah, I guess that checks out.
So very large versions
Just,
of red worms.
2 to 5 feet.
Yeah, excellent. It's certainly not something you want from red worms. So yeah.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And yeah, it's a known danger in the area. The locals are very aware of it, and there have been over the decades. There have been expeditions and everything from Western scientists as well to try to find this creature, but we've been able to steer them off the track, partly because we are good at distracting people trying to find creatures, and also because their methods were a little bit weird. They someone apparently read Dune once and went there with a weird stomping machine and thought that would get the worms out.
Okay, that's certainly a method.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd say a successful one, but it's certainly a way.
It is a way. Yeah, but these are very old creatures. There are centuries old descriptions of them, but really in the Western kind of consciousness, it only kind of got awareness in the beginning of the 20th century when, these kinds of adventurers started to try and figure this thing out. And there's a paleontologist who is credited with being the first to write about tales of these creatures called Royo Chapman Andrews.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, with the locals, it's no secret. They're gonna tell you that it's very dangerous and that you should avoid it at all costs.
Yeah.
And this is probably the point where I should tell you the several ways in which it might kill you, which
go for it.
Thankfully doesn't include entering any orifices, but it's not much more pleasant, to be honest.
I mean, I'm sure to the people who have suffered death by Mongolian Death Worm or intestine worm, whatever it's called, probably take comfort out of the fact that they weren't. There wasn't any death by orifice.
Yes, probably. So probably the most dangerous thing, which is often the way that you're gonna die, is that they are extremely poisonous.
Okay.
I told you they are very slimy, and that slime that they secrete on their entire body is extremely poisonous, to the point where the stories say it is instant death, and it's pretty much almost true.
Okay.
Like, if you have the serum on you, you might have a chance.
Might.
If you have to call someone or drive somewhere, then you're pretty much done. It's a very potent
Damn.
nerve agent, and if you touch it without protection,
nerve agents.
yeah,
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, don't.
if you touch it without protection, you're gone from this world very soon.
Okay. So they are just incredibly dangerous, and this is their kind of the mucus that they secrete.
Yes,
Ooh.
yes. And it's enough to touch it because you absorb it through your skin.
Yeah.
And that's already enough to pretty much put you away.
Hmm.
So then you might think maybe you're gonna keep your distance. Well, the good news is it can attack you at a distance as well.
Excellent.
Because it can spit this kind of bile. It's a mix of this venom and mostly acid.
Mm-hmm.
So it can kind of melt you or melt a lot of material that you might want to trap it in.
Okay.
And
so it's poisonous, highly acidic.
yeah, and electric.
Oh,
because
God damn it. What?
it can also shock you and pretty much paralyze you. It's kind of like an electric eel, only that you don't even need to touch it. They produce such a voltage that it can arc a certain distance through the air. So
God damn it.
it might decide to just tase you, so you are easier to eat.
Okay, so essentially the next question is, why aren't these the dominant life form on Earth?
That's a good question. Probably because they only live in remote desert areas.
Okay. They literally is it a case of they can only really survive in those areas? They can't, like, leave areas. You couldn't pick one up and shove them in a rainforest or throw them in the Arctic or something.
So they definitely need sand to bury in.
Okay.
Sand,
not dirt.
Yes. And they prefer these kind of arid areas of the sandy deserts. They can theoretically live in or survive in other areas as well, where there is enough sand. But depending on the outside conditions, probably the population is not going to survive long term.
Okay. So they are very specialized to the area that they live in, essentially.
Yes. And yeah, they would usually not get around much, but you know how it is these days with the black market and people wanting exotic pets and stuff like that.
I mean, there's exotic pets and then there's this.
Yeah. You know, I believe that once you're past a certain level of net worth, you develop a strange disorder in terms of, stupidity and also desire for weird status symbols.
Fair? I mean, it's not fair, but fair?
Yeah. Everyone can buy a Ferrari, but not everyone has a death worm.
What a... oh my god, what a... I'm not even sure what the word is. Like, just... what a distinction. Like,
yeah?
I have a Ferrari? Well, I have a death worm.
I have it in my pocket. Let me show you.
Give me your Ferrari, or I will show you my death worm.
I showed you my death worm. Please respond.
God. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Carry on. I'm just. This is both disgusting, fascinating. I'm curious so much about this, and especially how you interacted.
There is not a lot more to tell about the creature itself. They are quite simple, really. They are extremely deadly, and they hunt pretty much everything they can get their little. I was gonna say get their hands on, but they don't have any hands, so
They're little
I'm out
weird
of phrases.
sucker mandibles.
Yeah, anything they can get their mandibles on.
So they're just not selective about food. They, if it's there, they will try and eat it.
Yes, pretty much.
Okay.
And if you're looking out for it, you might see movement in the sand
Yeah.
before it strikes. But if you're not prepared for it, you're probably not gonna notice it.
Okay.
But yeah, you were asking how I interacted with it, and
Yes.
that is a continuation, basically, of the rich asshole theory.
Oh god.
Because so a while back there were some casualties at a beach,
Okay.
and it took a few people dying before authorities alerted the CCI, and yeah, once they did, I got sent over there, and yeah, what they were saying sounded pretty much like these death worms.
Yeah.
You know, there was poison being found in the remains
Yeah.
of the people that died. There were very obvious like bite patterns or whatever you call it, from where the worms had nibbled most of the flesh off.
Okay.
And yeah, it was pretty obvious. And after some investigation, it turns out that some rich asshole got hold of a death worm because he thought it would be a great exotic pet for his terrarium.
Yeah.
And of course, the thing escaped the terrarium, and of course, he lived at a beach property or near the beach. And as I said before, it's not their preferred habitat, and is not going to sustain a population in the long term, but a single worm can easily survive for a while.
Okay.
Under the sand on the beach.
Yeah, so it just kind of like adapted to stay there by itself for a while.
Yeah. Like it doesn't like the wet sand and the moisture of the water and everything, but it can stay there a while, and while it's staying there, it's gonna get hungry, and you know, beaches attract tourists, and that is a bad combination.
Certainly, yeah.
But also, this kind of happened too often to really be a single worm. So after some further digging, especially after the fact, it turns out that the worm he got, either he didn't know or care, or the person who sold him the worm didn't know or care, but it had, let's call it, mated before being sold.
Okay.
And so once it escaped to the beach, it had laid eggs. And so we had a lot of little baby death worms on the beach trying to nibble away at the tourists that wanted to go for a swim.
I'm going to assume that they don't have small litters.
It's not as bad as you might imagine, but no, it's a bunch of worms.
Yeah, okay. Oh, fun. Got a whole exclusionary zone about to appear there.
Exactly. Yeah, we closed the beach off on. I think PR said something about an oil spill or something. I don't know, just anything to keep the tourists out for a bit. And yeah, then I got a team and we got to work. And that basically consisted of first trying to fence off the area where we knew or where we calculated the worms had maybe gotten to.
Yeah.
And kind of, we used I'm not sure what it's called. It's a machine that basically drives metal rods and poles into the earth, and so we used a modified version of that to basically drive a kind of underground fence into the sides of the beach.
I know
of the beach area.
I get what you mean. Yeah, so essentially just cordon off and try and get it deep enough that it can't get underneath it.
Exactly. It wasn't perfect. We weren't hitting bedrock or anything, but it was better than nothing. And to our advantage is that the high voltage that they kind of produce for their Pokemon-esque lightning attack.
That was what I was running through my mind at the same time.
Yeah. But that helps us. Exactly. Yeah, but that helps us in detecting them underground. There's enough
like an energy fluctuation, yeah.
Yeah, there's enough of an electromagnetic field there that you can detect it, especially because the sand on the beach is not as deep as the sand in the desert.
Of course, yeah.
So we kind of use that to sort out where the individual ones are. We didn't use anyone to be bait this time, but we had bait dummies, which basically were heated to body temperature and had some motors to fake movement, and the combination of that kind of was enough to draw them to the surface most of the time. And then we just basically combed through the beach, draw them out with the bait, shoot them from a distance so nobody gets spat at or touches them or anything. And like that, we just systematically comb through the beach. Once we get to the other side, we go back the other way, pick up any stragglers. We repeat that until we basically don't find any anymore, and we're reasonably certain that we got them all.
Yeah.
And
kind of go through until the electromagnetic fields that the machines are picking up aren't there any longer, and it's kind of returned to a base level.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once we didn't find any that way, we just threw out the bait dummies all around the place just to make sure that there's not any stragglers that we didn't detect, and just try to be really sure that we got all of them. And it was a long day of work. It wasn't very pleasant, there's a lot of slime popping out when you shoot a fat worm, and the sound isn't very nice either.
No,
but
I can believe that, like, I mean, I've never heard a worm screaming, but I'm going to assume a worm screaming probably isn't a nice noise, let alone...
It's not a nice noise, and it's also kind of this... In addition to that, there's this weird wet sound from, just them bursting.
Like shooting a bag of custard.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, and we basically did that until we were pretty sure that there were none left, and then we had to kind of get rid of them. So we were picking them up with hooks and rods and everything, so we don't have to get too close, because the mucus, it dries up pretty quickly, and then it's not as dangerous anymore, but you don't want to take any risks.
No, of course not.
And back in the day, we had a phase. I wasn't taking part myself, but we used to try to relocate them and all that stuff, but it was just several wardens died during these transports because something always happened, and I think even the plane got destroyed because a cage broke open and they just acid burped their way through the machinery.
I mean, based on everything you said, I've been getting the idea they're a little bit, like octopus, squid kind of thing. They can probably push themselves through the tiniest holes as long as one part of their body can make it through. Would you say that's kind of accurate?
Nah, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
They're quite robust. They are a large part muscle.
Oh,
they're very
so they're probably just
thick and robust.
They probably just beat the hell out of the cages and escaped.
Yeah, exactly. And
if you have a
cage that's if you have a cage that maybe is a little bit defect around the edges,
which is inevitable.
Things can happen. Yeah. And it was decided that it's just too much of a risk, and we just treat them as pests basically when they are found outside of their usual living area.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a lot like it's a case of their numbers aren't dwindling so much that we need to look after them.
No,
yeah,
definitely not. And also they're like highly dangerous, so it's really not a good idea to let them live where people are.
Yeah.
And we got rid of the worms themselves, and then we had to kind of like clean the sand so the beachgoers in the next few days wouldn't be dying in the sand.
Yeah.
It looked like one of these, what's the Jesus Christ, I can't word today. These like agricultural vehicles that kind of turn over the soil,
like a fresher,
kind of like that. Yeah, it looked kind of like that, and we basically
cultivator.
Just,
that's the word I'm looking for, not a fresher, cultivator.
If you say so, I believe
I'm
you.
assuming
anything.
it goes through and it washes the sand over and over.
Yeah, it washes the sand and turns it over, and yeah, and once we done all that, we were finally done with the area. We got rid of the poles at the edges that we drove into the ground, and yeah. After a long day of like bursting bloodworms, I thought it would be nice to take a little stroll along the beach to just, relax, decompress.
Yes.
And there was a cat on the beach, probably a stray. So of course I go to say hi, and I pet the cat, and the cat is excited. And suddenly the cat hisses at like my shoes. And I look down, and only because I'd been kind of attuned to it after that day, I see that the sand is kind of moving in a way that it shouldn't, and I kind of step away at the last possible moment before apparently the single worm that we have missed bursts out from the sand right in front of my feet. I kind of stumble backwards. I lie on my back, and I see this thing, and it doesn't have eyes, or at least not visible eyes.
But it knows.
I'm pretty sure they would have been filled with hatred. But I kicked its head away just in time so it didn't hit me with the acid spit, and then I had time to draw my handgun and take a shot. But it was kind of wiggling around, and I didn't hit the head, and instead just hit the body, and then it started to kind of convulse around in pain, which is not great because it was flinging poisonous slime around.
Excellent.
So it was kind of like trying to protect my face and also trying to take another shot, which luckily worked out. The second shot put it down. At the same time, Warden McKee, who also hadn't left yet, ran over to me, and he had the antidote in hand and his gun drawn, and was like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And
one hand pointing the gun at the
over,
worm, the other hand stabbing you with an antidote.
Basically, almost there. But I didn't get any of the stuff on me, so I was very lucky. But I looked around, and the cat was lying on the ground, motionless. Yeah, I saw that, and I saw McKee at my side, and just grabbed the antidote. No idea if it works on cats, but I couldn't make it worse. So I just jabbed the needle in there and prayed and gave it like tiny chest compressions. And it felt like ages, but at some point it actually woke up again. And
that's very sweet.
It is very sweet, and I also want to say that it was a stray indeed. We had it checked out at the vet.
Yeah.
And it was a stray, and now it is officially a member of the CCI.
Excellent.
And is now the Morale Enhancement Officer of the Workplace.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Is the official job title.
Oh, so Warden Mittens. Fair enough.
Yes.
I thought we were just giving a very, very derogatory name to someone.
And not this time.
Not this time. No. Well,
not this time.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, and I like the.
It is very nice.
I like the fact that you kind of described. I was going to ask about, how do we kind of relocate them, but we don't. So if you ever come across one of these things out in the wild, I mean, first things first.
Don't get anywhere near it.
Yeah, don't get anywhere near it. But if you have a gun, shoot.
Yes.
Don't. As a disclaimer, don't shoot. Please don't just randomly shoot at things you don't know.
Oh, worm, shoot.
Wow, that worm looks very much like my sister's ex-husband.
Yeah. Yeah,
I could have sworn.
It's very specific worms outside of a specific area that we would maybe allow you to shoot. So
call the CCI.
Better play it safe and don't.
Just call the CCI.
Yeah. But if you're looking for
Yes.
worms to shoot, where do you think? Where do you think people might go for that?
If I'm perfectly honest, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure I want to kind of go wrong with that one, because the only people in our Discord, which is where you should be going,
Yes.
I don't really want to call them worms, but you know what? Sod it. You can come and shoot some worms in our Discord, where there are other people.
They know what they did.
Well,
I told you at the beginning.
no,
I don't either.
they are there. They are ready to talk about various creatures, and they're ready to talk to you. So why not join
Yes.
that lovely community? And while you're at it, you can suggest creatures. Between Chris and I, we have seen pretty much everything there is out there. Or if there's anything new, guess who usually gets the short straw and gets sent there? Chris or
Yep.
I.
We are expendable.
We are expendable and experienced. You tell me how
Yes.
that one works. But at the same time, if there is a creature that you would like to know about, that you are very interested in, then come on into the Discord, where you can find the link to join in the description below, or on the show notes, or where, however you're listening to this or watching this, and come and join us. Make a suggestion. The last 2 episodes prior to this one were listener suggestions, where we got to tell you about creatures you were interested in. And I think they were very, very good creatures. And there may be some more coming
Yes.
in the future. Hint, hint. But at the same time as that,
But
Chris,
only if you subscribe to our Patreon. Oh, we still don't have Patreon.
We don't have
Then
one
that
of
joke
them.
would work better.
But at the same time, Chris, what else should they be doing?
Well, you should absolutely keep your distance from any intestine worms, giant or otherwise. And in the safety of your home, away from any worms, give us a rating, because we need the engagement. Give us a subscription, because you don't want to miss out on any of this.
Certainly don't.
On the death worms of the world.
FOMO
Give
on
us-
these creatures.
Yes, exactly.
You know you have it bad.
Give us a comment. Yeah. Give us a comment. Tell us how great we are, how deathly the worms are, how wormy we are. I don't know.
How much you wish one of these worms would get me and Chris. Either way, comment's a comment.
Yes. We would finally stop talking. Yeah, but also you can listen to old episodes, because we've been doing this for a while. We are at a very nice episode number 69, I think.
Ooh,
Which
nice.
doesn't mean much, because we also had unnumbered specials and stuff like that, which messes everything up. But what I'm trying to say in a long-winded way is that we have a bunch of episodes that you can listen to. There is no continuity. You can just pick something that sounds interesting and listen to that, and then listen to everything else, because that part is mandatory.
Exactly.
And while you're listening to everything, don't forget to share it with everyone you know, everyone you would like to know. There is nothing better to break the ice than to share your favorite podcast with the person of your desire, and I guarantee that maybe they will fall in love with you.
Share this podcast like an intestinal worm. The kind of thing that no matter what, people can never get rid of. If you share it like that, you've done everything we ask.
If you try very hard, maybe you two can share one worm.
But I would say listen to the podcast separately, because that's 2 listeners for us.
That's true. That's true. Yes. Everyone on their own device, please.
Exactly. On multiple
Yes.
devices as well. It would be great.
But only if it's separate accounts.
Yes.
I'm not sure it counts otherwise. Although we have consumption hours, so
Yeah, either
just
way.
listen away.
Just keep
Listen
listening.
away.
Just turn up and
Just
everything.
keep it running in the background.
Yeah.
It's great background noise to make love to your
Okay.
significant wormy other.
I think we need to
But,
finish now.
So do they. But yeah, I think that's a good time to stop. Thank you very much for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time, whether you like it or not. Until then, Thank you so much, and goodbye.
I think about 2 minutes beforehand would have been a great time to stop, but thank you very much. Goodbye.